What up, guys? Jason Geiman here with PressureWashHelp.com, king of PressureWashing.com. And today I want to talk to you about oh my gosh, that is loud coming at me. And the three reasons why people fail. This is the time of year that people start failing because they don't have business and they're getting rid of the rigs. I've seen quite a few rigs going up for sale. Some other people have sent me pictures of rigs going up for sale and businesses up for sale. And that's what I want to hit on is why will you fail as a business? Now, I don't want you to fail, and that's why I'm going to give you the three reasons of what to look for to make sure that you don't do these things that will cause you to fail. So, happy 4th of July. I'm excited for that. It's awesome. Last night, I went down for water rescue, and we did the Aurora fireworks. And on my way there and back, I kind of felt like a pressure washing business. And this is why. So on the way, I get the truck and trailer of the boat, and we're actually going down into Boone County, so we have to use a different ramp. And on the way, the boat trailer, I'm going across the 275 bridge, and I blow a tire. I'm like, well, mother trucker. So I drive it across the bridge because I'm not going to sit on the bridge. I'm not that stupid. So I drive it across the bridge and get over. The county finally comes and gets the tire on, and so then I go down to the river, and the river was beautiful. There was a little bit of debris we had quite a bit of rain this week, but the river was really nice. And I go to get home, and I go to push the brake pedal, and it goes to the floor, and I'm like, uh-oh, that's not good. So I had a little bit of brakes. Now, I do not recommend this to anybody. So I drove it across the street, got me some brake fluid, filled it full of brake. They only had one thing of brake fluid, .3. Filled that up. It filled me about a half a thing of brake fluid. Now, as a mechanic, I know that you can only get a couple pumps out of that, and you're going to be no brakes at all. Now, you will have some brakes because it's designed to only allow the front have so much fluid and the back have so much fluid. So I was like, it's midnight, screw it, I'm driving home. So I drove about 20 miles with about 4 times I stepped on the brake. But that reminds me when I was a pressure washer. Because when the crap happens, everything fails. It feels like everything fails. When a failure happens, it's not just one. You'll have 10 things that fail that week. Or that day. You'll have the pressure washer blow up, customers calling you back, giving you crap, everything that can go down that street of all of those awesome things of that. So these are definitely some things that I want to hit on of why I see people failing. So the first thing is most of the time the people that I see that are selling these businesses aren't selling them cheap. And the reason why they're not selling them cheap is because they got a $20,000, $30,000 rig that they're trying to sell. So what does that tell me? Well, first off, they probably overpaid for their equipment. The 2 or 3 that I just seen this last couple of days are either between $15,000 and $25,000 is what they're selling these businesses for. And why are they selling these businesses for? Because they got too much in the equipment, and so they're trying to get their money back out of their equipment. So the very first thing is don't go out there and go crazy on equipment. Equipment does not get you work, guys. Equipment does not make you a business. You can have the most beautiful equipment, the high dollar electric reels, 8 gallon a minute, hot water, proportioner, all of these, a booster pump, a gas pump, roof cleaning. That's not going to get you business. I've seen people make a lot of money off of a little 2.4 pressure washer. Yep, that's right. Now, I'm not saying that's the best way to start out, but I'm also not telling you to go out there. If you're willing to spend $25,000 in equipment, the very first thing is I'm going to tell you is okay, that's fine. How much are you spending in marketing? Because if you're willing to spend $25,000 in equipment and you're not willing to spend $25,000 in marketing, I'm going to tell you to hold the freak up. You know why I'm going to tell you that? Because you're not going to be successful. I may or may have not voxed Jason almost crying when I was failing hard last year. You got to look at what you're doing. So first off, don't overspend on equipment. If you only have a budget of $15,000, please do not go out there and buy a $15,000 rig, because you are set to fail. I about guarantee you're set to fail. I also talked to Donovan last week. He bought a rig for $7,000. The dude bought it less than a year ago for $15,000. And he buying the whole business because he don't want to do it no more. He's not making no money. Can't make no money at it. Well, how much did you spend on marketing? Nothing. Can't make no money, oh. Well, you're right. $15,000 rig doesn't make for making money. So that's definitely something you need to do. So the number one is overpaying for equipment or not doing what you need to do. Number two, they won't spend money in marketing. Most of the businesses I know, they won't spend no money in marketing. They won't do no marketing at all. They don't want to get on Facebook. They don't want to do all those hard things because it's hard, Jason. But marketing is the number one biggest failure of why I see businesses fail. They don't know how to get customers. Marketing. And so marketing is one of those things that people think that I got this $15,000, $30,000, $50,000 rig. I don't need no marketing. I'm going to do word of mouth. I can get word of mouth. I'm going to tell you something. Word of mouth and $40,000 worth of rig, 15 to 40, whatever you got, is a long way to get there. Now, I'm not saying that everybody can't do it. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that that's a lot of time is what failure is. Because I know some of you guys have a really good network. And like I always say is your net worth is your network. And what I mean by that is if you have an amazing network that you can go, you have people that you talk to and you communicate with and they're business owners and all of those things, and they own houses and they own buildings and they own businesses and they're willing to help you out, that's worth a whole lot of money at the end of the day. Maybe you go to church, maybe you're in a big church and you're well known in the church, or maybe you're in another group that is well known. Maybe you go to BNI and you have a big BNI and you have a very good network. That can be worth a lot of money. That can definitely be worth a lot of money. George put my entire rig cost me $4,000, made that back plus a little, and he just started this year. All right, so we got the equipment, overpaying for equipment. We got marketing is number two. Number three, and I got one more on the end of this too, so I got four. I only said three, but I got four. Not charging enough. This right here is why a lot of people go out of business, because they think that $200 an hour is good money or $100 an hour is good money. Let me tell you something here, guys. If you're not charging enough, that means you can't spend money on marketing. It's kind of like a big hole that if you don't put money into marketing, then you can't put money into, you are not charging enough. So let's just say, we'll go down this. I know I've said this before, but let's just go down the average ticket. If a guy's average ticket is $300 versus a guy's average ticket of $500. Okay, so average ticket of $300 versus a guy's average ticket of $500. Well, the average guy's ticket of $300 means if he can spend 30%, or I'm sorry, 10% of that money to marketing, he can only spend $30 to get that job. But the guy spending making $500 can spend $50 and still be at 10%. Now, what do you think makes more sense? That I can spend $50 and get a $500 ticket, or spend $30 and get a $300 ticket? I'm wanting that $500 ticket because I do 3 $500 jobs a day. I'm at $1,500. If I do 3 $300 jobs a day, I'm at $900. Who wants to make $900 or who wants to make $1,500? Put in the box there. And that's just having an average ticket of rather having it at 300 versus 500. 500 is 3 jobs, $1,500. That's what, 4,500 a week, or 9, 18, $3,600 a week. Where do you want to be at? Do you want to be at the higher end, or do you want to be at the lower end? I tell you where I want to be at. I want to get my ticket as high as I can. And how do I do that? By doing the things I need to do. Better have money now and slowly build up your equipment as you need when your business is 60 to 70% overall. This still allows you to keep money coming in, equipment at lower cost. Because again, equipment does not make you money. Now, it can speed up productivity and you might be able to get another job on there, but it does not make you money at the end of the day. And the last thing that I want to hit on, of one reason why people fail as a pressure washing business is it's hard. I never said it's easy. It's hard. People give up. People don't want to do hard things. People want to be spoon-fed. People want to have it the easy way out. Now, I know that there's a lot of money to be made in this, and it's pretty easy for what we're doing. You know, what's the definition of easy money? What's your definition of easy money? You know, it can be hard. It is hard. You know, dealing with customers can be hard. I'm going to let you tell you. That's the one thing that I always hated, was dealing with customers. Dealing with, well, you burnt up my appliance. Well, ma'am, no, I didn't. I got a picture of it here where it was burnt up before I got there. Or, yep, I burnt them up. Now I got to go fix it and make this customer happy, or have a really pissed off customer. One of the two. So those are definitely things that we need to know and need to do so that way we can not fail. Because I don't want you guys to fail. I want you to be successful. I want you to get to the next level. I want to help you get to what you want to do. What do you want to do? What is your goal? What is your goal as a pressure washing business? Is it to make enough cash to pay off your debt and keep your full-time job? Is it to pay off your debt or to go on vacation? Or is it to go full-time and to be your full-time business and to work it and to do it as a real business and not as a truck and a buck in a truck? Because I mean, that's what the goal is. What is your goal at the end of the day? What are you doing to make sure that you're growing your business? That is what we need to do, is to know what are we doing to grow our business. All right. So, and one other thing is training. A lot of people will not go to training. They're like, I don't need training. I still go to training. You know why I go? Because I learn things. If I learn one thing out of training, I'm happy as a clown. That makes me so happy. So this week, actually tomorrow is the last day. If you go to pressurewashhelp.com/freedom, you get 30 days free, no credit card. You can have all my training for free for 30 days. So you can go to pressurewashhelp.com for free. So, freedom. And tomorrow morning is going to be my first. This is something that I'm going to start doing every Monday morning. Well, it's going to be every other Monday morning. It's going to be at 8 a.m. and every other Monday is going to be at 8 o'clock at night. And my goal is to help you and to give you accountability to make sure you're doing what you need to do. And I'm going to give you 15 minutes of training on whatever it is, Facebook, Google My Business, SEO, all of those things, 15 minutes. And then I'm going to give you the calendar to make sure you do those things that you need to do for the week and for the month. So that way you don't say, Jason, I don't know what to do. Well, I'm going to give you a step-by-step of what to do, because I know that a lot of people don't like to do what I want to tell them to do, but I'm going to hold you accountable, because when I hold people accountable and they do what I say, they start closing jobs. They start doing amazing things. And that's my goal. I want you to do amazing things, because amazing things, you can't change your, you can't do it if you don't. What we got here? Let's see. 125 for a one-story, 1,000, only gutters and soffit. Sound okay? Less than 30 minutes of work. No, it doesn't sound okay. Our minimum was $300. And if we did a one side, it would be like $250. That was our minimum for a little 1,000 square foot house, 30 minutes. So raise those prices, because you raise those prices on these little jobs, then you can get bigger jobs. And you will find out when you raise your prices, you will get the bigger jobs. Business monthly income gross, say 6,000. Bills, overhead, 2,000. Marketing expenses, 600. Equipment, 5,000. If you have payment, $380 a monthly. Business not net now is less than 45% growth. When is the best to get insurance? Before your first job, or go try to get steady work? I mean, I'm going to tell you to try to get it as soon as possible. It's best if you can get it right out of the gate, but get it as soon as possible. Looking at picking up good equipment cheap. Thank you, $99 guys. And this is a good time to go find cheap equipment, because it's going on sale. That's why I put my big going on sale sign in the thumbnail. And if you want to find a brand new unit, I have one right outside my door here that I am going to be selling. It's 8 gallon a minute. It's a slide-in skid. It's a beautiful rig. You can go check it out. I'm also going to give you a website, and I'm also going to do a year's worth of Google My Business stuff. So it's definitely going to be worth your while to look at that. That's worth way more than what I should be doing it. Need more in marketing and business income to reach that 70%. Big tip. Trying to go to flea markets. I went today in 3 hours, got 3 jobs set. Awesome. Hey, flipping rocks. That's what it's all about, guys. A lot of times we don't understand what I might mean by flipping rocks, but that's what that is called. Flipping rocks. You know, this is something that will set your business to the next level. This is the thing that you're not just waiting for them to call you, but you're going to find them. And this can be in a lot of different methods. This can be going door knocking. This can be going on LinkedIn and flipping rocks on LinkedIn. It can be flipping rocks on Facebook. It can be flipping rocks in a lot of different places. And if we're not flipping rocks, it just means that we're not going to get business. Because what it means to flip rocks is we're going and we're trying to find who we need to talk to. We're trying to find the facility managers. We're trying to find who we need to talk to. These are things that is kind of the next level business owner. These are the things of where, you're trying to get off the truck. When you're trying to get off the truck, this is the things. Because, if we can get some big commercial jobs, and we're landing big commercial jobs and we're setting up commercial jobs, you won't ever slow down even in the summertime, because those commercial jobs will just keep coming and coming and coming once you start getting them. And so those are the things that you need to do. And flipping rocks is not always fun. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's getting on the phone and trying to find who the gatekeeper is so you can get past the gatekeeper. These are the things that we have to do to be able to get to the next level. These are the things we have to do to grow our business and be successful. Rock flipping just keeps getting results. Best ROI ever. And that's a good point, because it doesn't cost you anything. Well, you can do things to make it, allow it to cost, taking cookies to places, taking different things, taking packets, that kind of thing. But it's pretty cheap at the end of the day. It takes time. That's the biggest thing. It takes time and it takes effort. And if you're not willing to put the effort in, then that's another reason why you're going to fail. Because this business does take effort. There is no marketing out there that you just kind of put money to it and let it go. Google Ads is the closest it's going to get, and that's not a guarantee. Some people have really good success, some people don't. And some of it could be to your location, some of it can be who's running your ads, it can be lots of different things. But, that's probably the only thing that's a really just put money to it and not do anything. Unless you're spending money on building your website, doing SEO, and all of those awesome things. My phone has scheduled times when it's going to ring one way or another, inbound or outbound. I'll make it ring. And some of this is making sure that we are following up. A lot of times if you're not following up on the phone calls you've done, then you're just wasting your time. So following up is very important with a phone call. Yes, you have to talk to these people again. Yes, you have to talk to these people even if they tell you no, because you know what? If they told you no, you just didn't sell the job correctly enough, or you didn't sell what you needed to sell well enough. So those are definitely some things that you got to look at. I'm out every day looking for more business income. Got to get off your butt and do some legwork in seeking new clients. This is what? You mean I just can't sit on my couch and do nothing? I mean, I actually got to go out and do something. I got to go and talk to Miss Susie and do the things I need to do. Yes, you do. Because sitting on your butt does no good. Sitting on your butt on your couch, you're not ever going to get business. That's just period. You're never going to get business sitting on your couch. Sitting on your couch and you got two boxes of signs or two boxes of door hangers, and they're just sitting there looking at you saying, man, you look pretty good here, but they look a lot better in people's yards and at corners and on people's doors and stuff like that. Hey, thanks, William. This man will help you get your business to where you want it to be 100%. Thanks for what you do. Happy 4th. So, I know I kind of was going to probably do this one short, being that it was the 4th of July. I also didn't do my Zoom call for tonight. So, tomorrow there's going to be 2 Zoom calls with Jason. There's going to be one for marketing at 8 a.m. So, anybody that's a member, definitely go check that out, 8 a.m. in the morning. And I'm going to start that, will be every other Monday, and then the other one will be at 8 at night. And then my Zoom call that's normally on Sunday night, that if you have any questions about rigs, marketing, anything new, any of that kind of stuff, that one will be at, I believe it's at 8 o'clock is that Zoom meeting. So those are the 2 Zoom meetings I will have tomorrow. If you go to freedom, pressurewashhelp.com/freedom, you'll actually get to be in both of those. So that way you can start learning and figuring out what you need to do and how to do it and all of those awesome things. But other than that, I think I'm going to jump off here. I know I'm only at 30 minutes, 25 minutes, but I'm not going to sit here and ramble I don't have a lot of questions coming in. So, but again, guys, remember you have to take action. If you're not taking action, it don't matter what equipment you got. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You're going to fail. You got to keep taking action. You got to keep flipping rocks. You got to keep taking action. You got to be relentless. You got to be consistent, and you got to be prolific. And when you do those 3 or 4 things, you will be successful. It's a guarantee. It's one of those things that if you don't do this, you're going to fail. That's just a matter of fact. You are going to fail if you don't keep doing the things you need to do to keep growing your business. And I know I preach this over and over, but it really is it's really about being consistent, prolific, and relentless. And when I mean relentless, when I say relentless, think of HomeAdvisor. They're relentless. They call you 52 times. That's relentless. That's what you got to do with your customers. That's what you got to do with your commercial clients. That's what you got to do. You got to keep calling them. You got to keep texting them. You got to keep messaging them. You got to keep over and over and over, not just be one and done. And, I have lots of questions on chemicals. We'll start asking the questions. You got to do it over and over and over. And you're going to get told no, and you're going to get told no, and you're going to get told no, and you're going to get told no 5 times. But the next 5 times are going to be yeses, because that's what we do. That's how we take care. That's how we do the things we need to do, so that way we can grow our business. Is we got to hear those, because our close rate was only 50%. So that meant every 5 no's meant 5 yeses. But it can be hard sometimes. And sometimes it might be 10 no's to the next 10 yeses. So you got to be able to go out there, keep it going, keep doing what you need to do, being relentless, being prolific that you're doing it, and being consistent. Consistency is huge. It's just like Facebook. If you post in Facebook one time and think you're going to be good, you got another thing running. Now, if you go out there in Facebook land and you post 3, 4, 5 times a week or a day, then Facebook's going to put you in the algorithm. You're going to be showing up. And that's the whole purpose of it. But you got to start somewhere. And if you don't ever start somewhere, you're never going to get nowhere. And that's going to be failure. And so you got to take action. You got to keep pushing. And it's going to get hard. Life's going to suck. Like I said, I went boating yesterday. On the way there, I blew a tire. On the way back, I blew a brake line. It sucked. But you know what? I didn't quit. I didn't give up. I didn't, this was hard, I quit. No. On Saturday morning, when you want to lay in bed, get your butt out of bed and go put yard signs out. Get your butt out of bed and go do the things you need to do, so that way you can be where you need to be at. Those are the things that you got to do. Again, like I've said, look at your phone. See where you're spending your time at. Because that's the other thing that reason why they fail is they're spending their time where they don't need to be spending their time. And that's going to be right here. This is where you're spending your time, and you don't need to be spending your time there. Especially if you're not doing anything business-wise. Because what happens is you just don't get things done. Let's see. I have lots of questions of chemicals. We'll start asking. Working on my webpage, Facebook, and Google My Business every day. And don't stop. It's not one of those things that we get things done and then we stop. It's things that we got to keep doing. It's got, with our webpage, we need to be writing blogs. With our Facebook, we need to be doing all of those things that, we need to be posting in groups and not in the pressure washing groups, but the local groups. And we're doing lives and all of those kind of things. The Google My Business, we're doing Google Posts. We're posting pictures. We're trying to get reviews, like relentless trying to get reviews. These are things that a lot of times people will do them once and never do them again, and that's not good. Every one of these things have things that we can do and keep doing through day after day, week after week, month after month. None of these, one of these things are a set and forget. They're just not. They're just not. Nasty, grimy deck, run your nails through it when it clean it with it. Nasty, grimy deck, run your nails through it. What to clean it with? I don't know what the first step, but I clean it with bleach is what I clean it with. If it's that bad. Action, baby. Take it. Jason, do I need a website to have Google Ads? You have to have at least a landing page. You need a landing page, otherwise you cannot run Google Ads. I mean, you can run it to your Google My Business website, but I wouldn't recommend it. I do know people that do and get business, but I wouldn't. That's not the best place. Jason, I have a parking garage. Soft wash to quote. How do I go about quoting that? Calculate time or square foot? I have a parking garage. Soft. Are you talking like the internal of the soft of that, or are you talking the outside of it? Because if you're talking about the inside of it, you're probably going to have to do it by square foot. I mean, you could do it by time, but there's a way that time and square foot is kind of the equal on flat work, where the outside is not. The outside is more bidding it that way by time. Done a few jobs. I'm hooked now. It's like a drug. If I buy your AdWords and I move to another state, will it work for me? Also, the Google AdWords environment is different from your videos on setting up AdWords. Any new stuff? Yes, it will work on a new state. And yes, Google changes stuff all the time. And so when I did those classes, it's going to look different than now. But yes, it will work. I did a Google My Business ad since Wednesday. I did a Google Business ad since Wednesday and got 500 impressions and 19 clicks, but no calls. My ad and my website looks pretty good to me, so I don't know. Well, that's going to depend on what your website looks like. How does it have good call to action? Whatever they're clicking on, does it talk about that on your website? So if you're talking about house washing, do they go to the house washing page? And stuff like that. There's lots of factors that go along with it. If you allow Google to run their words, you're going to get clicks. What the first thing I'd say is what clicks did you get? What clicks are you paying? And that's the other thing, because if you only got a small budget and you're only putting like $1 or $2, $3 on a keyword, then what that means is they're going to give you stupid keywords that has nothing to do with it. So you got to get up with the big boys and pay the $10, $15 a click to get good keywords that Google's going to give you. Google's not going to give you good keywords at $1, $2, $3, $5. They're just not. You're going to get all the stupid clicks for those cheap clicks. How long should a Facebook Live be? 30 seconds, 1 minute? As long as it needs to be is a good answer. And think of it this way. Don't think about just going, if you got to, just to make it easier, so that way you don't have to think about doing it, but doing it over pressure washing. It don't have to be about pressure washing. It's about engaging. It's about being interesting. If you go to somewhere, just be interesting. You want people to start watching you, so that way when you do throw something out about pressure washing, they're going to know you do that. It's not about, hey, look at this, we're pressure washing again. Maybe you go Facebook Live and you do pressure washing porn, where you're just sitting there and people love to watching how it comes clean. So those are things that you can do to be able to do that. Oleic acid, and I have 10% SH and mix it almost straight to take off some of the black spots on the vinyl. Is the SH no good? And I have 10%. Well, don't mix the two, please. First off. take off the black spots on the vinyl. If you're using straight 10% SH on a vinyl, you don't have strong enough SH. If you stick your finger in the fingertip in the SH, and it doesn't turn it white, you got salt water. It's not good. Setting my goals for more income and build up the business. Legwork. Talking to new clients, marketing yard signs, relocation, and new monthly ads to promote. I am up for the Zoom call. Awesome. I am guilty at times spending too much time on the phone. Oh, boat washing advice. Um, I mean, it depends on what you got on it, George. Um, like if you got like we get a lot of river scum, so like you can actually use like gutter grenade or something like that to get that off there, to get that scum off of there. That's your best bet. But I wouldn't. I mean, that's kind of one of those things. Someone who I don't know, not a customer, gave me a 1 star. Can I get it offline? Well, flag it that it's a not your customer, or hit it as a spam thing, or where you can report it. If you can get a couple other people to report it. The other thing I would tell you to do is don't go on there and I mean you can, but just be like, can you please give me your name? You're not a customer of mine that is in my CRM, and so if you're this dissatisfied, I'd really like to know how I can make this a 5-star review. And that way, until it gets flagged as off there, that's your best bet. Do yard, do yad. I don't know what that is. 30-second cleaner worth anything. Guy in my area runs it downstream for everything. No, that's just a bleach is all that is. If you look at the ingredients, it's going to say sodium hypochlorite. Do yard signs work for Christmas lights? Yes. As well as pressure washing? Yes. What is the best way to advertise for the first year of Christmas lights? Yard signs is a great way to do it. Like I had a guy locally, he put yard signs on every freaking corner last year, and he killed it. Yard signs and AdWords are your two ways of getting business through Christmas lights. And obviously a website, but if it's not ranking, then AdWords. Who is still in pressure washer groups? Why do that to yourself? Do you throw money out with all that time? Time is money, and when you're in those groups, that's exactly what you're doing. Is a whole different than a house. Yes. Is cleaning trash cans a good money maker? It's very expensive to get into. A lot like the buddy that I know that built the rig. It's like $35,000 to $50,000 just to get started. And it can, but it's a lot of route work. And if you don't have the routes, you're not going to make money at it. And I mean a lot of route work. Thinking new ad should say, we fixed the beat in pricing, guy. Thanks, Jason. Yeah, I'm about $3 to $6 a click, but my website is a one page, and I have a lot of call to action buttons and picks and categories: house washing, concrete cleaning, roof cleaning. Thoughts? Oleic acid is good for wood on the after you use bleach on it. It'll actually make it look natural again. But I mean, it does work good for that. But even though it'll do that, it'll look good for a couple days or so, and it'll weather right. It weathers back pretty quickly. Are you running Facebook ads worth it? Tips for running one. Have several pictures, 3 or 4 pictures on it. Try to get some social links to it or likes and stuff like that. There's some more things to it. You know, if you can get some people to comment, stuff like that. Honestly, what I would tell you to do is go find people that know how to, that you, this is what I tell you, go find businesses that you know that is making money by doing Facebook ads. And you can go on the backside and see their ads, and that's what I would tell you to do. Um, because there's a lot of people that's going to tell you a lot of hot air, a lot of hot air. There's very few people that I know that make good money off Facebook ads. I know a lot of people that lose a lot of money on Facebook ads, but there is a few that I do know that make good money on Facebook ads. Rob Anderson, Clean Power Wash or whatever, he does good. He makes money off of Facebook. So what I would tell you to do is go follow his Facebook page, and then go look at what ads he's spending money on. But it's not just the ads that's help him making money from Facebook, because he posts 2, 3, 4 times a day. So fleet washing tractors only non-contract. How much do you charge? Brian, they don't make much on that stuff. Like they'll charge like $20 a tractor to clean them things. So that's a numbers game is where that's at. Oleic acid is a brightener for neutralizing bleach. Yes. I'll be building out a flatbed for pressure washing in February of 2022. What was your vehicle when installing Christmas lights? So we had one flatbed that I would tear down, that had the stakes on the side, like the sides. So that was a good one. We had a van. I love the van for Christmas lights. And then I had a pickup truck for Christmas lights. So, and the last year, we actually used kind of the pressure washing truck and would just throw the stuff on the side of the pressure washing truck because it was a bigger rig. And that guy kind of did pressure washing when he had enough for pressure washing, and he would maybe go hit 1 or 2 Christmas light jobs. So, that's kind of how we did it. But you can run a Christmas light business out of a pickup, no problem. It can get a little tough to do that, but it's something that you definitely can do. Fail, stand for first attempt in learning. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. So again, go check out pressurewashhelp.com/freedom. That is going to end tomorrow night. So go check that out. And if you do, get started, get learning. You can come to the 2 Zoom meetings. One in the morning will be marketing, and then the one at night is going to be the one that was supposed to be tonight, but being 4th of July, I figure everybody is out, and that probably shows by I only have 37 people on here, and usually I have about 60 or 70 on here at this time. So I figure everybody is shooting fireworks off, which is awesome, but again, definitely something that I understand. I wasn't sure about showing up to install Christmas lights in a flatbed truck. Yeah, that's fine. What is your thoughts on exhaust fan cleaning? What is the best degreaser? You talking like the grease and stuff for that kind of thing? Exhaust fan. You got to use a pretty caustic one to get that stuff off. A lot of those, if it's the ones I'm thinking of. So that's what you got to do. I'm building a new rig on a trailer. Do you know where I can go for equipment layout? Yeah, I have several videos on it, and I got some more coming out. You go to I will have I have the 2 trailer builds on there that you can go check out, and I got over videos that tell you how to set stuff up, and then I also have this other thing out here that tells you how to set it up. Just remember, don't put too much tongue weight, but you also don't want no tongue weight. So make sure you're putting heavy things over the axle. So that's the important things that you do. I just started this year. Can I mix SH through a 5-gallon bucket? What's the best way to do that? Yeah, if you're just starting out, you can absolutely do a 5-gallon bucket. I did a 5-gallon bucket for 2 years, or a year and a half before I started a tank. Just put it in the 5-gallon bucket and downstream it right on to the house. It's like a rack around me tonight. Yeah, I'm starting to hear myself. I have some commercial work someone once done. It is a 30-foot tall in some spots, and it's stone front and concrete walkways. What's the range on pricing? Depends on how long it's going to take you. Obviously, you're going to need probably a soft wash system or a 12 volt at least. And, if it's going to take you 5 hours, $1,500. When are you going to be in the Williamsburg, Virginia area? I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to be in the Connecticut area come August. I believe it's going to be the 5th and 6th. It's going to be a Christmas light class and a pressure washing class. I'm still setting those dates though. I was hoping for the end of August, but they had something going on, so we're going to shoot for the beginning of August, as long as we can get some spots sold, and that'll be where I'll be at. And I will be doing a Christmas light class and a pressure washing class. Again, you can go check out pressurewashhelp.com/freedom. 30 days free, no credit card, no nothing. Go check that out. And other than that, I'm going to jump off here and go watch some fireworks and listen to the bombs going off around here. So hope you all have a great night. Happy 4th of July. And go take action. First thing tomorrow morning, I'll see you in the Zoom call. That way you can start taking action, because I want you to take action. I don't want you to just wish a business. I want you to be in a business. I want you to be doing a business. And how do you do a business? Not by wishing, because we can wish all we want. We can wish in one hand and poop in the other, and we have one thing. We have poop in our hand. And so I want to make sure that you're able to do the things you need to do to get done. Thank you for all the information. Maybe 4 days, one man. Do you prefer hose, reels, stacks, or side-by-side mounts? Either one works. Doesn't really matter. Hello, Jason. I started Primetime Power Washing. You inspired me. Awesome. Taking action. That's what I'm talking about. Working around traffic. Yeah, take action. Give me a like if you would. I'd appreciate it. That helps me out. And watch some more of my videos. That helps me out too. I have a bunch coming out on this new rig, so go check those out. Hope you all have a great night, and I'll see you all later.